Ensuring Equity for Our LGBTQ Students, presented by Kelsey Biasotti. Throughout this voice thread, the discussion will be on how teachers can ensure that all students are getting what they need regardless of students' gender, whether it be what they were assigned to at birth or not, their sexual preferences, and how our students identify themselves. Just because someone may be outside the stereotypical norm does not mean that they are any less of a human. With changing times, many educators are unaware of or ignore, for the lack of a better word, our students that are sexually diverse. As positive role models for our students, it is our obligation that we create a collaborative environment that encourages and empowers students' creativity and expression. We should celebrate our students' differences. Why would we want our classrooms to be filled with cookie-cutter students? To me, the answer is clear, that we should allow all students to be unique. With this uniqueness comes new innovative ideas, new viewpoints. We need to become aware of the growing issue and understand that through accepting the LGBTQ students, they can feel safe and secure. One way to address and ensure equity for our LGBTQ youth is to ensure a safe and secure environment by establishing a dress code welcoming of all genders. As many districts do, your dress code may consist of all students wearing a solid colored shirt with khakis or navy pants. This can allow LGBTQ students to not feel ostracized. On the other hand, if your school allows the freedom of choice, administrators and teachers need to be aware that this goes for all students. If a boy wants to wear a dress, he should not be forced to change. The dress code policy should be identical among all genders. Another way that students can feel safe and secure is through the creation of an anti-bullying policy. This can be done district-wide, school-wide, or even set among your students in your particular classroom. From State House to Schoolhouse's examination, it has been concluded that while 7 in 10 school districts have anti-bullying policies in place, only 1 in 10 school districts have policies that provide explicit protections based upon sexual orientation and gender identity expression. We need to band together and create an anti-bullying policy that is equitable for all students. Are we going to keep rules the way they are until we so happen to encounter an LGBTQ student in our classroom? There is no time to waste. The time is now. If we were to create an all-inclusive policy, do we think this might show students that we encourage diversity and are inspired by differing viewpoints? The question then comes to how. How can we best understand how to properly serve students of all identifications? Why is this even important? As educators and encouragers, we always want to and need to be in the know. We need to be effectively trained on LGBTQ issues to ensure a positive and inclusive climate for all. Through training, we can understand the role that we play in our community and how we can best serve students that are either in the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, intersex, or asexual community. With proper training, there are a multitude of ideas that can be better understood. Some helpful training might include discussions on how students and teachers should respond to bullying, disciplinary consequences for students who bully their peers, different steps to foster an inclusive education environment for all students, how to best serve students who are transgender and how to be aware and understand which pronouns to use, and what educators need to understand about privacy policies. So, what are you waiting for? Google LGBTQ trainings near you. You can also visit www.glsen.org for more information. In doing so, you can become the best instructor possible for all students. Students will value you much more if you are willing to show them and express diversity in your classroom. You can become not only a leader for your school, but a leader for your community. As teachers to our future generations, we need to be prepared in all aspects. We cannot ignore these students anymore. We need to be prepared and equipped with the proper tools to ensure equity for each and every student. If we do not show students that we are inclusive of all, whether it be based on gender, race, beliefs, etc., then our students cannot properly understand this idea that uniqueness makes our world go round. Our students will continue to be judgmental of one another and not see the benefits of each other's differences. To me, the answer is simple. How can we ensure equity for our LGBTQ students in our classrooms? To best ensure equity for our lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer students, we need to brush away the idea of the stereotypical norm. We need to encourage diversity among our students. We need to enforce policies that are equitable for all students, regardless of their sexual preferences. In doing so, our LGBTQ students can feel encouraged and valued. So now, what are you going to do to ensure equity for our LGBTQ students?